Hi guys, hello everyone, and welcome to this live talk that's part of Dublin Mind Body Experience, a really cool online event happening all this weekend. You can go to dublinmindbodyexperience.ie to check out different talks and workshops and live streams. There's a lot of things that has happened and is still happening this weekend. Everything is for free for you to access, so go and check out all of my fellow exhibitors and therapists and shops, and I'm sure that you will find something for yourself. Now, on my part, this is my last talk of the weekend. You can check out my section of the Dublin Mind Body Experience online for different talks that already happened, and they are recorded on YouTube, so you can watch the other talks. This one I'm bringing to you live because you may have some questions about the subject, and I want to talk to you about relationships. Relationships, yes, this is something that I think everybody struggles with at some point in their lives or another, whether you're single or you have a partner or you're married or you're looking for someone. Like, we're all in this together. Yeah, the saying that has been said over and over and over this year. But yes, we are all human beings that need human connection. So we are in need of relationships. Like, this is a basic human need to be connected to other people. So relationships are a very important part of our lives. And also through relationships, we learn about ourselves. This is how we grow, through interactions with other people, especially in a romantic partnership. We like all of our shadows come out, and all of our leaves, all of our patterns come out in relationships. So I think it is important to figure some things out about relationships, and I'll talk to you about the things that I have learned. I don't have all of the secrets, but some of the things that I have learned through my own experiences and through working with a lot of my clients. The basic thing about relationships, like partner romantic relationships, to know is that men and women are different, and we need to remember that we are not the same. And this is often where a lot of misunderstandings happen, because we look at our partner, at the other person that we are with, and we think they are understanding the world just as we do. And that's not the case. Now, I'm talking about male brain and female brain. It doesn't mean that I'm talking about men and women, because some of the women will have a male brain, some of the men will have female brain. We as human beings, we have feminine and masculine parts in us. Each and every one of us has female and masculine parts, but every person has one of the parts more prominent, kind of more showing up. So there could be a woman that's very masculine in the way she thinks. Her brain is kind of going more towards a male brain rather than female, and the other way around. Like, there is a lot of men who are in touch with their feminine side, so their way of being would be more through the female brain. But I'm just to kind of make it easier, I'm going to say male brain and female brain. You know, men are different, women are different, but just keep in mind that it's not about gender, it's just a gender of your brain. But this is something that you can observe in a lot of relationships between men and women, traditionally men and women in relationships, that we do think differently. And women that are expecting men to understand what they're thinking about, you know, how they are, what they want without actually explaining it, that's what's causing a lot of problems. And men not taking into the account that women are often coming from the emotional part of themselves when they talk about issues and problems, they get frustrated as well. So understanding that we are different is the main thing in relationships, as far as I understand, because it lowers our expectations. There is no expectations from the other person if you know that their thinking is different. When you talk to your partner and you know that their brain works differently, then you kind of connect to them on their level rather than coming from your level and expecting them to connect to you on your level. So I'll give you some examples. Like male brain is very, very logical, and men are kind of set out to do tasks. They like doing tasks, and they do one task at a time. Women, we are multitaskers, so we can think about 10 different things that are needed to be done, and we can do like 10 different things at once, and it's easy for us to do it. That's why women are the carers usually in the family, because women can remember about the soup they put on to cook, and then at the same time they're putting on the laundry, and then there are kids in the other room that need a bit of help with homework, and then they still have to-do lists in their head for the next day, what kind of shopping they need done, and then anything else, 10,000 different things in woman head, in female head, in female brain. And women are okay with it. They can do a lot of things at the same time. They can think about a lot of things at the same time, but men don't. Men are very good at doing one task at a time. So if a woman is asking a man to take out the trash, do the dishes, and fix the broken toilet, and then also make sure to help the son with his football practice, man is just going to be confused, and he will probably forget most of the things except the first one that you have asked him, or he'll get totally confused and he will forget everything, because it's just too many things for a man to handle. And if we understand that men are good in kind of linear one thing after the other, and women give them clear instructions of what needs to be done at what time, without overloading them with information, then there is less chance for misunderstanding. So I'm talking from female perspective because this is how I am, and I've noticed that this has, when I actually change the way that I interact with my partners, then there was less misunderstandings, because when I have been giving a man clear instructions of what needs to be done, they understood what was going on. And another thing that we forget, and I think it's on both sides, it's not just female or male, although women are usually more at fault here, because women think that men can read their mind. Like they will say, okay, they will say that like, this is one thing I want you to do, but then they actually want something else, and they want the man to guess what they want to do. Like, I'll give you an example. A woman she wants a bit of time for herself. Let's say she's like, okay, I just want to have some time for myself this evening. I want to take a bath and I don't want to be disturbed. So when a woman says that to a man, he understands this literally, and that's what he's going to do. But then a woman may feel like, oh, actually, you know what, I have this time for myself, I'm sitting in the bath, but he has not spoken to me, like he hasn't sent me a message asking me how I'm doing. And then a woman can get upset because then she's starting to write a story in her head, like, why didn't he send the message? Why didn't he think to check in on me to make sure that I'm okay? And in male head, it's because you told me so. I'm respectful to your wishes. You told me to leave you alone for the evening so you can have some time for yourself, take your bath, so I'm not going to disturb you. So it's good to remember that men take things literally, and women often write stories in their head and they react emotionally. Women are very connected with their emotional side, and that's a great thing to do, but on the bad side, women react according to the emotions that they are feeling. So when they're feeling strong emotions, their logical side just goes away. There is no logic to it, there's just a reaction based on an emotion. So if a woman feels like I'm overloaded, I want to take some time for myself, that's the reaction, the emotional reaction that she's feeling, that's what she's asking the man to do. But then if she feels a bit lonely, a couple of hours later, her emotional need is completely different, but the man doesn't know about it. So that's a big misunderstanding. So my advice for women is to not to react in the emotional moments. Women tend to react into how they're feeling in a heated argument, and they just blurt everything out, and just everything comes out from today and yesterday and a year ago, because that's just a big emotional reaction. In any kind of argument, in any kind of misunderstanding in relationships, now whether it's a romantic relationship or any other relationship, what I have learned to do is to take a break when I'm feeling emotional and there's a lot of emotions coming up. I step away. And I give myself time to come back to an emotional balance before I start talking about the issue, before I start trying to fix a problem, because when I feel emotional, I am not being rational, so I'm not seeing the situation clearly, as most women are. When we are overwhelmed by emotions, we do not see things clearly. So never ever react in an emotional moment. Be very clear in what you want to say to your man, to your partner. Explain clearly exactly what steps you want him to take in any given situation, and that's going to help avoid misunderstandings and avoid arguments and avoid any kind of issues, I think. Now, my advice for men is to take into the account that women are very driven by their emotions, and they have a lot of emotional needs. So if female emotional needs are being met by a man, which means sometimes they just want to cuddle, sometimes they just want them to bring them a cup of tea, kind of caring gestures, a woman feels satisfied because her emotional needs are met. And if men understand that this is what women need, without asking them a very typical question, are you PMSing? Is your period coming? Are you on a period? Why are you so emotional? Yes, we get very emotional because there is a lot of hormones in our bodies that are affecting us in many different ways, but pointing things out is not helpful. This is just how we are. Our bodies, our minds are affected by hormones, and if a man understands that in this kind of moment all that the woman needs is a bit of understanding and a caring gesture, then there is no misunderstandings, there is no emotional outbursts, there is no arguments, because both sides are feeling satisfied, and it's a clear communication. And that's another thing that I wanted to say. Because we are so different, we need to learn to communicate on a common ground and in a peaceful way. So again, going back to not reacting in emotional moments, when there is any kind of misunderstanding, we need to be able to find out the balance and common space where in the moment where all of the emotions have kind of died down a little bit, and communicate and talk. Communication is the key to balancing the opposites in the relationship. And clear communication means listening, giving the other person a space to talk and explain where they're coming from, and also for that person to feel brave enough and clear enough in order to speak their mind, in order to clearly explain where they're coming from, what it is that they need, what are their boundaries as well. So very clear communication in a calm moment. Never ever allow your emotions to take over, because that's just a spinning wheel. One person, usually a woman, starts feeling emotional, there's an emotional outburst, and then a man reacts in anger because he doesn't know what's going on, because she's coming with all different stories from all different situations that may not be connected to the situation that's happening right now. And then a man is confused, then he gets angry, and then he's reacting, and then it just kind of perpetuates this emotional, chaotic exchange, which is not an actual communication. A good thing to do when we start a relationship, if possible, is to be clear about our wants, our needs, what we're looking for in a relationship, and setting boundaries as well. If we do it at the start of the relationship is just going to go into the right direction from the start. Now, I do know that people change, and we all change and grow throughout the relationship as well. So checking in with each other in different times of our lives to kind of see if we still have the same needs, if we still have the same wants, and maybe boundaries have changed, maybe the needs have changed, but just kind of bringing it out in the open, and again taking into the account that we are different. Our brains are different. Men will never ever be as emotional as women. They can learn to be more emotional, but they will never understand the female emotional reactions. And then for women to understand that men are very logical and they need clear instructions. I don't want to call it instructions, like I think it may be offensive to some people, but in reality that's what it is. That's what men need. They just need detailed instructions, and then they know what's going on. Then they feel secure in the whole situation. They know what's going on. So remembering that we are different. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I know this book came out years and years ago, and at first it was a big boom about it. But then people started laughing and like, oh, it's just like this new age book that doesn't have too much information in it. But actually, the basic of the book is very, very clear and very true. We are different. Maybe we're not from Mars and Venus, but we're definitely our brains were built differently. And also, we are, the way that we are brought up, and different social expectations that are put upon different genders, that also needs to be taken into the account, because that affects how the person is behaving, how the person is thinking. Men are raised usually they hear, don't cry, don't cry like a baby, you have to be strong. Don't be a girl, things like that. That just makes men step away from their emotional side. So they don't know how to connect to their emotions, because this is how they were raised. And men are expected, even as adults, men are expected to be strong and put together, and not to show any emotions and be the providers. So there's a lot of expectations and a lot of pressure put on men. As well as on women, different kind of expectations. Women is supposed to be a mother, a wife, a lover, and now with what the feminist movement has done is that women can work as well. So then the woman has a job, so she's an employee or a boss, and there's just so many different roles that woman is fulfilling at one time that. It's hard to juggle it. Yes, I know that I said women are multitaskers, and yes, we're great at this, better than men are, but still there's a lot of pressure to just step into all of those roles and fulfill them well. So there's pressure on men, pressure on women, and we all can be really lost in all of this. I think we start going to relationships, serious relationships, way too early in our life, before we know who we are ourselves. Self-awareness and learning to love ourselves should be the main part of getting prepared to be in a proper relationship. We need to get to know ourselves, get to know who we are, what we want, what makes us happy. And only then we will be able, when we are fulfilled in ourselves, when we are self-aware, we will be able to create a healthy relationship. So yes, relationships when we're young, they're great, they're all fun and they're all part of the learning process, but jumping into something serious before we know who we are, and before we know what we want and what we need, and before we clear all of our shadows and all of our past beliefs and all of our patterns, that usually creates relationships built on needs rather than built on just wanting to have a partner in your life, somebody to join you on your life adventure. So getting to know yourself, guys, really take your time, especially now in this year in 2020. there's been lockdowns, people are not working as much as they were before. Life is much slower. There's not as many distractions, there's no social gatherings that you go to. You cannot go to the movies, you cannot go to a party. Take time to look at yourself and connect to who you are and clear anything that's standing on your way to your true self. Learn about yourself. This is a really, really great chance to do a lot of inner work. And a great result of that will be that you can create a healthy relationship with other people. Family relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships, they will work when you know who you are, when you're brave enough to express who you are truly, and when you are balanced in yourself. That's another part of today's talk. Our male and female parts in ourselves, like they need to be fairly balanced. Yes, one of the parts will be more prominent in every one of us, but we need to try to bring a bit of balance ourselves. Find that male and female balance in each and every one of us. So for that, I have a little meditation that I wanted to do on call, a meditation of balancing your male and female side, to kind of make you feel more balanced in yourself and then be able to connect to people on a different level. So if you're ready, we're just going to do a quick meditation now. So find yourself a little place where you can just maybe sit down or lie down and relax. Maybe close your eyes for the next few moments. Turn off all of the distractions and just take a moment for yourself. Don't do this when you're driving. If you're listening to this when you're driving, please don't do this meditation now. Come back to it later. So just take a moment to take a couple of deep, deep breaths. Just inhale and exhale. And just connect to your breath. Connect to your own natural rhythm. And just allow your breath to slow down a little bit. Just observing your breath. And just allow the breath to bring you a feeling of peace and relaxation. And then whenever you're ready, allow yourself to close your eyes. And just connect to your breath for another few moments. Just another inhale and exhale. And when you breathe in, just allow yourself to fill up with a feeling of relaxation. And as you breathe out, just blow out any tensions, any stresses, any thoughts, any feelings. Right now, all you need to do is relax. And now with the next breath, just put palms of your hands together and just warm up your hands. And just activate this energy in your hands by rubbing your palms together. And just warm up your palms until you feel the tingling of energy in your fingertips. And now put your hands on your lap with palms facing upwards. Put your hands on your lap with palms facing upward. And now consciously move the energy from your fingertips, from the palms of your hands, up to your elbows. And then move the energy higher up to your shoulders. And then feel the energy going up on the sides of your neck, going up to each side of your face, and all the way up to your eyes. And when the energy reaches your eyes, turn your vision inward. Turn your vision inward and move the energy from your eyes down, 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 through your throat, the inside of your throat. Just allow it to go down from your throat to your lungs. And just feel the energy in your lungs right now. And take a couple more deep breaths, feeling the energy in your lungs. Now with this energy, allow yourself to imagine that you can go into your right lung. Just step into your right lung. This beautiful energy is in your right lung. And when you're there, see a color. What color is your right lung? And then walk into that color. And now ask your male guide to come forward. Ask your male guide to come forward. When you see him, just observe what he looks like. How is he dressed? What is the feeling that you have towards him when you see him? And now ask him if he has a message for you. Is there anything that your male guide wants to tell you? And then listen. Now he has a gift for you. And as he's giving you the gift, take it into your right hand. Take the gift into your right hand. Open the gift and see what it is. What is the gift from your male guide? Now keep the gift in your right hand and thank your male guide. And walk out of your right lung. Walk out of your right lung and step into your left lung. Now step into your left lung and see a color there. What is the color of your left lung? Walk into that color. And now ask your female guide to come forward. Ask your female guide to come forward. And when she shows up, just take a look at her. What does she look like? How is she dressed? What are your feelings towards your female guide? And now ask her if she has a message for you. And then listen. Now she has a gift for you. So as she's giving you the gift, take it into your left hand and open the gift. See what it is. What is the gift from your female guide? Now thank your female guide and step out of the lung. Step out of the left lung. And now when you are outside of your lungs, come into the space of your heart chakra. Just step into your heart chakra space. And hold the gifts from your guides in the hands that they were put in. So the gift from your male guide is in your right hand. The gift from your female guide is in your left hand. And now switch the gifts. So put the gift from your right hand into your left hand and the gift from your left hand into your right hand. And just stay with this for a moment, feeling those gifts in the opposite hands now. And now switch the gifts back. Put the gift that's in the left hand into your right hand, and the gift from your right hand into your left hand. And now take the look at the gifts again. Have they changed in any way? Or are they still the same? Has your feeling towards the gifts changed? Has your feeling towards your female and male gifts changed? Now put those both gifts into your heart and leave them there. They are important messages for you from your male and female guides. And just allow yourself to come back to your body now, connecting to your whole body now, connecting to your feet and your hands, taking a couple of deep breaths, and stepping back into here and now, connecting to your body. And whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this meditation. This is a meditation that's helping you balance your male and female side. And whatever messages you receive from your male and female guide may be guidance for you to help you connect to whichever side of you is not very prominent. So keep those messages for yourself, maybe write them down, journal a little bit about the gifts that you have received, and see what kind of insights you're getting from this meditation. So yeah, thank you very much for being here with me today. That was our talk about balancing your male and female energy in yourself, and then also understanding the difference of male and female energy in people, male brain, female brain. As I said at the beginning, it's not about the gender, it's about which energy is more prominent in you. And just understanding that we are different and we need to be able to connect to each other in common ground, and understanding our differences, respecting and accepting that we are different, and allowing this to create more healthy, more peaceful and more happy relationships. So thank you very much for being here with me today. If you have any questions, you can contact me on my website, lorelaiidali.com. And also go to my shop section. I have some really cool merchandise that I have just promoted today and yesterday. They just came out today and yesterday into the public. Really cool designs that have created that do have a specific energy attached to them. Really cool merchandise, and there's some new courses coming up in January, Vedic art course online and 30 days to self-love challenge. So check it out on my website, and if you have any questions or you need any personal guidance, give me a shout. I do personal one-on-one sessions in person and online. So thank you very much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Mind Body Experience online, and I'll speak to you soon.